Exciting times ahead for ADA holders. In this video, we are going to be breaking down where Cardano is currently at technically and where we see it going. We're not just going to be taking a look at the Cardano US dollar chart. We're also going to be flying by the ADA dominance chart and the ADA BTC chart, which are all showing signs of promise. We are going to be recapping on the price prediction that we gave for Cardano that it has given us a technical target of $2.10. And Cardano, between where it currently is now to that $2.10 target, could actually set up broader structure that could see it potentially go even higher. But I will be doing another video specifically on our higher price prediction for Cardano. I know a lot of people were a little bit disgruntled with the fact that we were only seeing a technical pattern right now that took us to $2.10 because it would be potentially, in some people's opinions, a little bit of an underperformer in that sense. But there could be, from now until that $2.10 range that we've identified previously, structure that could set up that could see Cardano move all the way to $7. But I'll be doing an entirely different video on that. Where I want to start, though, is actually with Twitter. And I want to highlight something that took place yesterday. And this is Real Vision. Now, Real Vision, of course, is Raul's platform. It's a very successful platform. It attracts a hell of a lot of retail investors. And yesterday, they did an interview with Charles Hoskinson, obviously the founder of Cardano, talking about ADA. And there were some really interesting things in this. And the kind of mainstream media is now more and more waking up to Cardano. And I actually think Cardano, not only from a fundamental point of view, and we've outlined some of the things that are coming this year. In the last video we really spoke about input endorsers and the general scaling roadmap for Cardano and why that was exciting us. But the mainstream media is now really starting to pick up and get on board with Cardano. And this was absolutely, do go over and check out the interview done by Real Vision. It was really a great one. And Charles Hoskinson, as always, delivered nothing but alpha. Let's dive into what is going to be the bulk of this video and the topic of this video, and that is the charts, the technical analysis that we have for you guys as it relates to Cardano. And this has become rather messy. And what I want to actually do is remove all the arrows so that we can just see things a lot more clearly, see where we are, where we've came from, and where we're going. So you guys will know that we were identifying what could have technically been pre-break an inverse head and shoulders that was forming. Now you will know just how much success we've had with this exact pattern on the likes of Bitcoin. We're going to look at Injective, which we think is a great schematic for altcoins and what's to come for them. But we were identifying down here the fact that this could turn into a right shoulder and ultimately complete an inverse head and shoulders that could give us a technical target for Cardano of $2.10. Now, we gave this as our price prediction to some people's disappointment. And I think this was because from where we sort of were down here, all the way up here was only something like a 300% gain. Now, that wasn't our ultimate bull market target. We've called many head and shoulders that have actually gone on and gone significantly higher in the world of the traditional stock market. For example, you have the likes of Microsoft, which we were identifying basically a very similar thing. Cardano is essentially here. This target got ran and it actually gone on and went a lot higher. There was many others. The NASDAQ itself was one that we had a technical target for, and also the S&P. So just because we are predicting a $2.10 Cardano price based on a technical pattern that we think not only is triggered, but is being respected, everything about this pattern is respectful, and it gives us confidence that that $2.10 mark is going to be reached. So just because we were predicting that doesn't mean that's going to be the all-time high for Cardano. If, for example, Cardano goes on this journey now and does something like this, that is going to see another head and shoulders come into play that could see it run towards that $7 mark. But I'm going to be doing an entirely different video on that. This is just to look at where Cardano currently is on the immediate time frame and to look at it in regards to the broader cryptocurrency market in the form of ADA BTC and ADA dominance, which we don't see many people talking about. So this is what we would define as a stage one. Base here, you had a bullish divergence, which is very, very present. Kind of indicating that this downtrend was subject to change. And since then, you've actually put in a number of interesting things. Like, for example, you took this resistance level on high volume, which we're calling our stage 2 breakout. You came back and you actually supported off of it. And then you've gone on and you've formed this broader inverse head and shoulders, which is very compliant. You have your weaker right shoulder, which you want to see. It gives you a kind of wink that the pattern that you're looking at is likely to play out. And you've not only taken it, but you've actually come back and you've supported and respected what was a previous resistance level now as support. And if we drop down the smaller time frames, you can see this is a lot more applicable. It's very common when you take a key level that you'll consolidate around it, you'll come back and retest it before then moving on to higher ground. And Cardano, in my opinion, is absolutely moving on to higher ground. If we drop down the smaller time frames, this is the neckline going horizontally across the screen that you can see. You can see the support that you're finding off of it. And since then, Cardano's actually gone on and put in a continuation structure in the form of a symmetrical triangle that it's broken to the upside of, and respecting that it's likely going to see this push towards the $1 mark. Now, remember, we have what could be a potential key level of significance to watch, which is your $1.24 range. You want to see an interaction there. You want to see a pullback, ultimately doing the exact same thing that we did here, up here, kind of showing us that Cardano is actually now about to potentially form a bigger pattern that could see it run towards $7. So that might be on the cards. For right now, the $2.10 price prediction is the one we're confident on in 2024. However, you know, we are going to be watching this chart like a hawk, of course, reporting on it. Since we gave the price predictions for a number of altcoins, we will be following them all up. So we're not just going to give price predictions and what we see technically and then leave you guys in the dark. We're going to be seeing these through. We're going to be watching them. We're going to be, of course, if we get invalidated on any of these, coming out and say we've been invalidated. But thus far, Cardano is following this absolutely beautifully, and it's doing a similar thing to Injective. You can see this is what happened with Injective. Injective very close to its target. We can show you 1,000,001 examples of this exact pattern, like for example with Bitcoin playing out and being present. So Cardano essentially is here, and it's at this kind of retest period. I don't think it's going to be as long drawn out as Bitcoin's before it pushes on to target and then potentially sets up a broader head and shoulders that could see it run towards that $7 mark. It's not just the ADA USD chart that has me bullish and kind of confirms what we're looking at here. It's also the likes of ADA BTC. So ADA BTC has found support. Bitcoin has been very dominant. It really is the star of the show as it relates to the cryptocurrency space. We only have a few altcoins that have actually outperformed it since we got back into the market in January 2023. But what you have done on ADA BTC is you've actually invalidated a downtrend. You've put in a higher high, now a higher low. And I believe you are likely going to see continuation to the upside of this. There was a small head and shoulders in here that gave us that target. For ADA BTC, it's sold off since then, but we do think this is going to be finding its feet and is on the cusp of starting a broader uptrend, which means Cardano is going to be gaining ground against Bitcoin, which is only going to happen in a generally bullish environment, because if Bitcoin was going down, the rest of the market would be going down with it. Also, if we look at ADA market cap dominance, it's done very much the same thing. And it's kind of doing a repeat of what it did back in 2020. You see this initial kind of rally, you break market structure, you put in a lower high, you kind of consolidate for a period, and then you start to rock and roll and move to the upside. So we're bullish on Cardano, not just from a fundamental point of view in regards to what's coming this year. From a price point of view, we've set out a technical roadmap. The good thing is with a technical roadmap that we set out is it's being followed. So this is the thing. The market will consistently give you feedback, and people make mistakes when they ignore what the market is telling you. Right now, the technical blueprint that we gave is being followed. The market is confirming this. It's respecting areas that we expect it to respect. And we ultimately believe that it's now on its journey to $2.10 as a kind of conservative target for us that we can see technical merit in. We have the technical pattern. There is the potential for broader technical structure, though, however, to set up that could see Cardano run to that $7 mark. But I'll be doing a full video on this. You know, this is very common price action once you break a key level. For example, another altcoin of ours that we've done spectacularly on is Chainlink. You can see very similar thing. Break, consolidation before moving on to higher ground. You know, we can show you not just crypto examples of this exact pattern. We can show you many stock examples like Amazon, which everyone was telling me to be bearish on. And we were saying, no, at point of break here, this is now in a target to $263. Watch this get hit. Watch Cardano get hit and watch Cardano do rather well. And the fact that not only have you taken this, you're consolidating just like we've shown you is very common. You're doing that actually in what is a bullish continuation pattern all around the neckline, likely seeing Cardano run towards that $1 mark in the short term. So that is really all I've got for you guys. Do go and check out that Real Vision interview with Charles Hoskinson. I do hope to get Charles on the show myself. I think we'd maybe go down the route of the world more broadly and where we're heading, and how a distributed ledger can kind of intervene with some of the dystopian forces that be. But that is, I guess, for a later date and to be announced at some point. Hopefully, we can make that a reality. That's really all I've got for you guys. We are bullish on Cardano. We think the tables are turning for ADA. We think it's seeing real media attention. From a fundamental point of view, we're bullish. From a technical point of view, not only are we bullish on ADA USD, we're also bullish on ADA BTC and ADA dominance in regards to them now entering an uptrend. That's all I've got for you. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always greatly appreciated. So is a comment, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you in the next one.